if I didn't know they were talking about me, it was like, wow, we have some expert here. Thank you, Ola, and thank you everyone for coming in this morning and joining us for this session. And I'm so glad to see one of my new members from the club. And I'm guessing she wants to be a PR for next year, so I know who to pick on. All right. So I was thinking, like, how do I explain the brand? And I'm assuming that most of us have used the brand manual. And I thought, like, well, let's go over the brand manual. I always say when I do the training sessions that the brand manual should be VP PR's Bible. This is where you find all the information. This is how you follow the brand guidelines. I'm not going to go into all the brand, like what is brand or why do we follow the brand? We had a session in January. Karam explained really well what brand means. How do we separate it? How do we know it's specific brand when we see a picture or color? He was just showing us colors. What does this remind you of? So that was kind of a great way to learn about the branding. But I thought, like, let's just do about Toastmaster brand. So how do we recognize Toastmaster brand? You know what? Just speak up. I don't. Let me know. How do you recognize Toastmaster brand? Just speak up. No need to wait for
colors, fonts,
okay,
logo,
right? Okay, so these two ladies have done content creators work, so they know. How about the other people? Any any specific colors? Any I guess the logo is like a little globe with the little like sides on, and it has the specific colors. So Toastmaster brand kind of starts with that logo and those colors that are part of it. And when I started doing the VP PR work for my club, I created a logo for our club. I should have pulled it up, I guess. And then I don't know who told me, probably Marcy. Marcy was my PR police. She told me, no, you can't have a logo for your club. It's a no-no. It's a big no-no. If you go through the brand manual, you will see that clubs cannot have their own logo. Doesn't matter if they follow the colors, if they're following the voice and the vision. It just can't have their own logo. And I had to delete everything I created with that logo. So that's one thing. The one big thing, you cannot have a separate logo. Why? Because Toastmaster is one big company like Nike or Starbucks or Adidas or McDonald's, and we all use that one logo that represents our company. And all of our clubs are just the little stores, and they all have to follow that brand. Doesn't matter if you're doing like a lot better than another store, you cannot have your logo. You cannot have your different colors. You just have to follow that, and it's recognizable. So they say Toastmaster International is a big umbrella, and we're just little store lines under the big umbrella. All right. Now I included in the chat a little resource sheet, and if you click on the links, if you download it, if you click on the links, it will take you to some of the resources that are available to us. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you where you can find the brand manual and kind of go through some of these things. And then if you have the questions during the presentation, just raise your hand and we'll cover as we go. So I will share. All right. Well, this is the new brand manual. And if you look at actually, let me just see if I can open the document. I included the old manual, and let me just see. Okay, right here. Okay, oops, wrong screen. Okay, do you see my resources? Or, yeah, okay. So here you can see old brand manual and Toastmaster brand manual. I didn't rename it as new, but if you click on this one, it's going to go to the one that was previous before this new came up. They didn't delete it, so it's still available. Okay, and pretty much covers everything that's on the new one. Now, how do you find this one? We're going to go to Toastmasters International website. Once you log in, you can go to resources and you can go to Brand Portal. That's where all our brand materials are. Here you'll see brand manual, branded images. So the links that I included in that document, the images are here. So these are the ones that they created for us to use. We don't have to use these exact images, but they're provided for us. What we can do is we can create some, or if you're using Canva, you can use similar images from Canva. Again, if they're copyrighted, and you have to get approval and whatever, but if they're not, they're free to use. So business card templates, stationery templates, website templates. This is not really what we're looking at right now, but we'll go into the brand manual. And there's all kinds of things that are covered in it. So core values. Okay, let's see. Let's test your knowledge. What are the core values of Toastmasters?
Respect, integrity, service, and excellence.
All right. So acronym is RISE. We usually go by that. Easy to remember. Okay, so brand promise and voice and tone and visual guidelines. So I thought I would go to cover some of these things on the brand manual, and then I would go and maybe show you, if you're using Canva, maybe you didn't set up your brand yet. Now, I can show you how to set it up. And once you do that, it's easy to just create whatever posters you're creating. You just select the colors, select the fonts, and all that stuff. All right, so okay, core values and brand promise. Empower individuals through personal and professional development. This voice and tone, you can use this when you're creating your brand in Canva. What does that do? Any text that you create there, you can adjust it by the brand voice, and you can change it. So let's say you put a text in and it doesn't sound right. Okay, well, you know, I'm just going to click on my brand voice and see what it comes up. AI comes up with the text that fits your voice that's already in your brand that you created in Canva. Okay, so some of the, I guess, voices and tone checklist. It's professional, respectful, friendly, warm, internationally friendly, and all that stuff. Visual guidelines. So now here, this is where we're going to cover the logo and colors and fonts. And I included that in the document. So you have the links that I created for myself, and they're on my Google Drive. So if you don't have the specific font, you can find it on that Google Drive that I put in the link for. Most of these fonts are available here, but the ones that are paid version, they're not. So you will have that available with that link. Now, the logo, there's some guidelines that we need to follow with the logo. Okay, so it can be used on photography. The only thing is it can be part of a busy image. It can be part of the just like a plain color or whatever, but we'll show you some of the images later on. So it can be part of it, but there's specific places, I guess, they prefer to have that logo. We usually go either left corner, top corner, or bottom right corner. It can go in the middle, but those are preferred spots. And they don't go over anybody's faces. They can't be manipulated. So you can't stretch it, you can't squeeze it, you can't do anything. It has to have space around the logo, so empty space. There's different kinds. There's colored, gray, white, depending on if you're using dark background, of course, go with the lighter logo or vice versa. You can download them here. This is the logo word marks. Same thing. If I have more space, let's say in a corner that's longer space, empty space, I'll use one of these. If it's like a square, like empty space, I'll use the round one. So just depending on what you're creating and how you want it to look. There's different ones with the little the website address, or like we started in 1924. It's good to know. So you can use those kind of logos. So just different options. And I just covered this. Can club and districts create their own logos? No. The only way that you can create a logo that's different than Toastmasters is for the conference. And the district conferences, they have their PR people, and they have to get an approval from Toastmasters International to use a specific logo. I'll show you later. Actually, you can see the logo behind me and behind Ola. So that's our new district conference, I guess, District 42 2026 logo. So it's totally different. There's no Toastmaster colors. So that's the only time that you can use a different logo. You have to get approval from TI. All right. Same thing with fonts and with colors. Conferences are the only time that you can go away from that Toastmaster brand. Okay, so here it shows you can squeeze them, stretch them, color them, put a different color or put a text over it. So those are the things. I'll make it a little bigger. Those are all no-nos. That's big. Like you can't do any of those. All right, colors. So we got primary colors, which are royal blue and true maroon. And then we have secondary colors, cool gray and happy yellow. Happy yellow is more of an accent color. So what does that mean is they prefer not to have a full background yellow color, okay? They want you to maybe just use like a little shape that's that color or something like that. So they prefer that. I mean, I've seen a lot of the, images or posters that have yellow, and I don't know. For me, it just kind of hurts my eyes when I'm looking at all that yellow. So I think it's good to use just sparingly. These are the codes that when you're putting it in Canva. Let's say you're creating a brand in Canva. This is what you're gonna need to create to put that color in. Again, I'll show you that in a little while. And now we have black and white as well. So those are the colors that we can use. These are gradient colors. Again, on the document I shared, you'll have a link to these gradients. So you don't have to recreate them. If you know how, you could, but you'll have a link to all these gradients that we have. So maroon and royal blue and the gray. So those are things that you can use as backgrounds or part of the, let's say you're putting the big D42 and you want that to be this gray color. You can use the frames for that color and insert the background inside and you'll have that color. Transparencies, we use this sometimes, but I mean, just changing the transparency of the color. So it's you can have the background and then put white over and then so change the opacity of it to 70 and then you'll have that transparency. Pathway logos. So those are another, again, you have where you can download them, that you use that when you talk about pathways, I guess. Pathway badges, same thing. So you can download that here. And I can show you what I use these. Like my club, we have, when somebody finishes levels, pathway levels, we'll create whatever path they're taking, we'll use these logos in that. I have that on our website as well. Fonts. So Gotham is the one that's primary font, and they have different, like they have bolded, you have medium, light. I mean, once you download it, you'll have the whole family, I guess, and you use it as you need it, whatever you're creating. They say that one font on an image is perfect, and you can play with that one font. So you can use, I guess, a bold one, or you can use italic, or you can put like a hollow. So I mean, you can play with one font, but they say I didn't even know that. But just use one font, but play with it. Like play with the different animations, or play with the effects and stuff, how it looks. So some of these are they're pro fonts. So that what that means is they're paid version. So that you might not have the paid version, and I included that in the link. Here you can download the other ones. We didn't have the handwriting fonts or cursive, and they just added that a couple years ago, which is so good to have, because sometimes you want to fancy it up a little bit. So they included Corinthia Luxurious script, and you can download those here. Images and photography. Again, these are the images that are provided to you, but you can use similar ones. They are really not happy when you use cartoons, unless it's just like cartoonish images, unless it's just a little like a logo or some clip art or whatever. They don't want to use kids. Now we do use older kids when we talk about youth leadership. They don't like pets. I don't think anybody's going to really police you if you do it, and just maybe for a theme that you're talking. Let's say my favorite pet, and you're creating a poster for the team. So you can include a pet here and there, but not like as a major image on your post. Any questions so far? We'll keep going. All right, so now they have the placement. I talked about that. So left top corner or bottom right, and not to cover any faces. Guide the phrases. So these are something that like we have in our I guess in our brochures, Toastmaster brochures. Find your voice. Communicate confidently, and things like that. So you can use those kind of phrases, and I mean here you have the way you can use them. So if you're creating and you're putting that phrase in the top left, you can always put the logo on the right, or make this image on this side and put the logo on the right. So resources, brand portal, I showed you how to access that. And if you're creating letters or emails, or you want to create an email signature, you can use some of these badges. I don't know how many people actually use this. So I'm a distinguished Toastmaster, but I use my own image in let's say my social media. But you could put that in your, let's say, email signature. Like, I'm a distinguished Toastmaster, and just put your name beside it. And here's how to create your signature, stationery. So all of these things that you need to create, they'll be in your brand manual. Now, trademark use request. So this is where I talked about the conference. If you're creating, let's say you want to print T-shirt with the Toastmaster logo, and you don't want to use the ones that are in Toastmaster International Shop. You have to get an approval. You have to tell them. And Margaret, our PR person for the conference, she had to send them the logo. She had to send them how many shirts we're going to print. And they prefer you to buy it from their shop, not to print your own. So that's something that we have to get approval. And who can ask for that? So depending on what you doing. So stationery, business cards, or anything like that. Club president, district director. If you're building, or if it's something for candidates, so let's say you're running for a PRM for next year, you can ask to print your own materials and make your own materials, but you have to get an approval. Same thing with individual members. This is what I was talking. So if you want to print your own shirts, get approval. Again, nobody's gonna really police it, but if you want to follow the guidelines, that's the way. Websites, they have their own templates. So I think that's Free Toast Host. They usually provide that to new clubs. A lot of clubs don't use the Free Toast Host. They either use Easy Speak or they use their own websites. Floor Communicators and my club, we have WordPress website, but for that you need somebody who knows how to build a website, who knows how to maintain it. So Ola made one for Floor. I made ours for Calgary Pace Setters. So if you want to take a look at our websites, get maybe some ideas. If you want to create your own, you can do that, or you can just use the template and update it or manage it and put something special. I've seen some nice Free Toast Host websites. So just your creativity and video guidelines. I don't know. I I have to say, I have to admit, I do videos for my club members for their speeches, but I never use that little blurb that they want us to use as a copyright or whatever. I don't use it, but we don't really advertise our videos either. So that's something that you need to do when you're creating a video. Put that little acknowledgement of Toastmaster or whatever. Corporate club guidelines. So they can create their own. But so one thing with logo, let's say you're part of TELUS, and your club is corporate club, not belongs, but I guess members are TELUS employees. You can use both logos, but they shouldn't be next to each other, and TELUS shouldn't be bigger than Toastmasters. So either make them equal and put them on separate corners, or just use one or the other. So there's some guidelines for corporate clubs. Gavel clubs, they have their own logos, so you can use that. Again, here's the conference. You can. I'm not going to go through everything, so you can read a little more. If you're, let's say, PR person for the conference, here's the information in your manual. Okay. Oh, here's some of the questions. Can you create can our district create a logo theme for the district? Yes. Can I create, produce name badges? You could, but you have to get approval. I mean, I'm not going to go through the questions. I'll answer yours if you have any. How are we doing so far? I explained it so well, right? Okay. All right, Betty, I thought you had a question earlier.
Oh, I could ask it now if you want. I thought I was waving my hands that we just won a medal in speed skating, and so that was that. Okay. I can ask questions now if you want.
Sure. Let's see.
I actually have a couple of other questions that came up when you were talking. I didn't realize you could add our voice to Canva, so when the AI, you could get AI to review it. I wouldn't mind knowing how to do that if you don't mind doing it.
I was going to go through that. Yeah.
And I've never used, and I just never got around to doing the gradients either. If you want to do a demo of that, I'd be thrilled, but you don't have to. I could figure it out someday.
That's a bit of a process. So
okay, that's fine. I can figure it out. The question I really had though is that anybody who's on social media, Facebook, and that knows there's this current craze of creating a caricature of yourself using AI. I don't know if you've seen it. The prompt you give ChatGPT. I tried it in other AIs, doesn't work as well. that says create a caricature of me giving what you know about me, and then it asks you some questions. You could say I'm blonde and fat, or I could say I got green hair and 3 nose rings, or whatever you want to say, and I've got 2 pets, and they'll make a caricature of that. Well, now we've got people who are changing their profile pictures to being something is cartoonish, right? And so I'm wondering if you've heard what you think about it, or if TI might have any comments coming up about the fact that people are not using their actual image and might have some AI comments to add to what we're doing.
You know what? It doesn't really say anything currently, but doesn't mean
it doesn't.
It's gonna come up. Now, I did actually use AI to create my own professional image from an image that I have. So I didn't take a picture of myself. I just used the picture that I had, and I created it. Let me see if I can pull it up. So what I just put the picture in ChatGPT, and I said create a professional image with the suit that I can use for LinkedIn, and it was okay. It wasn't the best, but let's see what do you guys think, and I'll find an image that. Okay.
Because some of them you can't tell the difference whether it was AI or not, and others are definitely cartoonish.
You know what? AI actually here. This is, I don't know. You've seen my. Let me just see if I have that picture on. No, it's not that one. But let me just change it so you can see the images, different images, or how it looks. Okay. So here's my original. I'll just show you. Let me just get them ready. Okay. Well, I love using ChatGPT like for some fun ideas, and it does come up with some good stuff, but it comes up with that. All right, so here's my original image, and this is the image that AI came up with when I asked to have a professional image. So it's pretty close. That's probably the closest one. It makes me look a lot younger and a lot skinnier, but that's okay. I don't mind. And I guess it comes up with some some weird ones. Let me see if I can find I have a folder. I actually created a folder of all the images. So these are the, I don't know, fun things to do, I guess, when you have time. Okay, let me just see if I can get that. Okay. I will share. Sorry about the wait. Okay. I didn't think this one looked like me, really. Here's the one that's with the suit. Oops, that's my original. Okay, here's one with the smile. Okay, this is the one I used for the LinkedIn. I think that's kind of closest. It's not really perfect, but oh, actually, this is the one. I just used the images that I had. I mean, some of them. Oops. Okay. That's AI. It's a hit and miss. I have the red. It's back in a ponytail. All right. Thanks, Molly. All right. So, any other questions? I can go into Canva and show you how to start your brand in Canva. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to, let me just see. settings. Let's see, where's the... I did that yesterday just to play with it, and now I can't find it. Brand. Okay, so create a new brand. Okay, so if you go into your brand folder, like the one on the left, how many of you doesn't use Canva? Or is there anybody? Okay, so you'll go into brand, and you're going to go into the, and this is the one that I created. Let's see, brand tutorial. That's the one. But you can create a new one. Start from scratch. Create a new brand kit, and this is what's going to come up. So logos and guidelines. So this is where you put in the guidelines that you have in brand manual, and the brand voice. That's the one. So you just copy and paste what's in that brand manual, and you just put it in here. All right. Now what I did, so logos, same thing. So you'll just add, upload, and once you have the on your computer, you just upload them here. So upload brand assets, and I had, let's see, what did I say? Okay, so pathways. Let's say logo. So it comes in color, grayscale, or white. I mean, either one, I guess. I don't know what the difference. I think the sizing is different. It's just like one's medium size, one's bigger. So let's say just click one and open, and it will add it. That's pretty much what it is. You go to the colors. Now, because I just added the pathways logo, it gave me this suggestion, and it says keep or remove. But if you want to create all the colors, you just add a category and add a palette, add custom, and then you click on it, you copy those numbers, and you put them here, paste, and boom. So I've done these last night, but you can find them in the guide, I guess Toastmaster guide. So you just open, put the numbers, and boom. And then you go next. Now, what this did, because I uploaded the logo, the Pathways logo just now, it gave me the suggestions. Now, they're not completely correct, so I don't want to keep them. So the blue one, 4165, here is 4063. So it's not completely same, so I'm just going to remove it. And I created my own. I don't like this one. This is not Toastmasters, so I'll remove it. So you rename it, and that's what you get. So that's easy peasy. Same goes with fonts. So title, I already have got them. So you select it. I already have these uploaded. If you don't have them uploaded, upload a font, and then from that document I gave you, you'll have a link. You download it to your computer and then upload it to Canva, and you'll have all these fonts in there. And let's say caption. Okay, so I'll put this luxurious, I don't even know how to say it, luxurious script. Click check mark, and boom, I got another. So where you see this brand voice, again, you do that from the brand manual. You just select all that text. Let's see if I can have that. Go back, resources, brand portal, brand manual, and then we'll go to find a voice. So you can use this. Say copy, and we'll go back to Canva, and we put that in here. and save. If you want to go through all the other stuff, you can add other stuff. Photos, same thing. All those photos I gave, or you have a link for, you can upload them here and they'll be available to you. Graphics, we don't really use too many graphics. Icons, same thing. So now, let's say I want to create a post. Let's go Instagram. So where you're going to find that brand is, so let's say I start with something like this, and that's going to be in your design. So it will, as soon as you select the size, the design templates will be available to you. So you'll find something that you like. Okay, so it's not brand compliant. Okay, it's not the text, it's not the font that we use, it's not the colors. So how do I change this? I'm going to go into the brand, and you're going to select. So I have my original Toastmaster brand, but let's select this one that I just created. So we have some logos. It will pop up right away. And we have the colors. We have the fonts, the brand voice, the photos, and everything that we just added into the brand. So now here's let me see. Okay, color brand. Okay, let's try that. Here's an easy peasy way to do the colors that are Toastmaster brand. I'm just going to click on colors, and I'm going to click on shuffle. And boom, it just creates the colors that we have. So maybe this one doesn't, okay, there's this circle that's not really brand, but I think it's transparency. See, it's transparent and it's white. So that's where that transparency came from, brand manual. So if we put it to 70%, and we put this over the blue, that's what that transparency looked like in the brand manual. Let me just go back to that so you can see it. Okay, this thing. Okay, so this is how do you get that look? Okay, so we'll go back. Okay, okay, I don't like the blue. I'm just gonna shuffle it again. Maybe I'll get a red. And again, so these are these little icons that we can use because they're not major part of the image. We can use the image that's here. It's people engaged in a meeting or whatever. So it's kind of Toastmaster look. Now, if I don't want to use that picture, I'm just going to go to my photos that we downloaded. And I'm going to use this image. I'm just going to drag it and put it in the image. And there you go. So I'm using Toastmaster brand. Okay, this one is same thing. So let's try something that would fit. I don't know which one. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so I'm using a Toastmaster photo. Okay, fonts. Okay, so you can see that it's not a brand font. I don't know if it's gonna change it here, but I can change it. I select it and go here, and I can pull up my Toastmaster brand. Okay, right here. So you can see Toastmaster fonts. And okay, I don't like. Okay, well, let's try this one. Oh, it's too big. Okay, so smaller. Okay, so there you go. This text, well, it's still not Toastmaster brand. I'm just gonna go and change it, and boom. And you go, oh, let's try this. So this one is Helvetica. Let's try changing it to, and again, this is where I was talking about one font, using one font for the whole image. Here we have different fonts. We have the Cursor, we have the Sans Source Pro, and then we have, what is this one? Okay, we'll change this to Gotham, let's say. Now I can change everything that's Gotham on this image, change all of them, so I don't have to go one by one. Change all, and boom, all the text that's, now it's changing the sizing too. Okay. Now I can play, let's say we'll try this one because it's easy. So we can try effect here and we change it to holo. All right. I mean, it doesn't look good. It's not that readable. So let's say try something with an outline and we can create. So that's what I was talking about. When you use one font and just play with the effects on each letter or sizing or something that's going to differentiate it. All right. Questions?
Vesna, how long did it take you to upload all the brand kit?
I was just doing it last night, maybe half hour. That's it. I mean, it's well, you just open the brand manual and copy and paste. That's pretty much what it is. Any other questions? You guys are good. You know everything, right? Or I explained everything well. That thing? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what else. Okay, maybe I can create. I can show you what I'm creating. Let's say. So I shared this with Ola, and she went and she did it a lot better than I started with. So we did a newsletter, and I see that she's posting something about the newsletter. And if you want to follow that video, you'll see it step by step. But here I'll show you what you can put in a newsletter. And this is our latest one. So background, whatever you want. I mean, I use the winter like scene, I guess, behind it. And colors are Toastmaster. Okay, so the logo is in the middle, but it's prominent. It's like right there. It's not part of anything else. And then this page always stays the same. So we have the core values. We have Toastmaster promise, mission, district mission, club mission, and then you can do the stories. So it just here's all the cartoon things, but they're just kind of part of the story that we're telling. And again, this is not really something that we promote too much. This is more for our club use. When you're creating your posts, make sure that you have approval from the person that's on the post and to post their pictures. That's another thing that we need to do to, I guess, follow the guidelines. So this is one way to promote and use those logos, the pathway logos. Okay, and we celebrate when somebody finishes levels. So there's so different things that you can promote. That's one thing. I don't know what else. Let's see what else. Okay, here's word of the day. So this is something that we do, and you can play. So you can see the outline, and I'm using. Let's see, what is this? Gotten multiple. Yeah. So this I could change it to put one font only, and then just play with it. And I have a video in it, so it's kind of nice. Okay, this is how we promote our ribbon winners from the meetings. I usually create a template and then we just put in the images, and then in the description we put all the text. So you don't want too much information on it. You want to put the major things and then put the description in. And we go do that for every meeting. new members. Something if you want to. So these are just ideas for you what you can post on your social media. So every new member, we welcome them. We use this in the newsletter as well. Okay, this is the invite for the meetings. And I have different colors, so online meetings, in-person meetings. It's the same look. So let's say I'll create this one, and I'll show you. You can, again, use that brand. Shuffle, you can come up with different colors. And you don't have to, I mean, if you don't like a specific one, well, you click on it and you just change it individually. But this gives you a complete image color change, and that's how you can play with. Yes, using templates, definitely. So create something at the beginning, have a plan. What are you gonna be posting? Get some ideas. Or actually, you know, let me show you something that I let me just stop sharing. I'm gonna pull up an image. Okay, where am I? What am I doing? Okay. So when I was a PRM, I had Marcy to be my police. Marcy was the brand police, and she. I wanted to teach my daughter how to create an image, and I was gonna post it. So it was a quote. It was an easy one, and I'll share the screen now so you can see it. So I was proud. This is something that she came up with. She liked it. She selected the image. We posted it on the district social media. And maybe a month later, I saw the floor communicators shared it on their social media. So month comes by and Marcy's, you know what? I noticed there was a post. It didn't look brand compliant. It had some pink color in it. And like that's not brand compliant. We should take that off. And I go, okay, Marcy, I can take it off, no problem. But tell your club to take it off because they shared it. So it was funny. And sometimes you'll get people like that, but there's things that we kind of follow, things that people will maybe talk about or tell you or not tell you. But anyways, the brand compliance is important, definitely. All right. Any other questions? You guys are so good. Nothing really? Okay, well let me see who's posting. I'm gonna just put somebody on the spot and Molly, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're asking who's posting?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're the PR person, right? For MEP?
No, I'm president.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I'm kind of PR person.
All right, kind of, yeah. Okay, Charlene, are you doing posts on your social media?
Yep, I do posts on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, can you share your screen and show us what you have? Let's say your favorite.
Oh, my favorite?
We can give you a feedback, and anybody else, if you want to pull up something, we can give you some feedback on, and we're good at that. We're part of content creator team, and we at the beginning of the year we would create something that Ola was gonna post for the district, and then we would go in and everybody gives the feedback, and it's funny how everybody sees things differently. Myrna, while Charlotte's looking for it, what brings you here?
Oh, I saw the post on LinkedIn about this one, and I saw your face on it, so I said maybe I could learn something.
All
So
right, good. Okay.
yeah, I'm here.
All right. Usually we If you're interested in PR, let us know for next year. We're always looking for PR people.
Okay, thank you.
You know, oh,
Jorge, you have two devices. You're connected with two devices, so it's echoing. Maybe use the other one. Use I don't know if you have a phone or something. Yeah, no, it's echoing. So I don't know. You're logged in with two devices. Try to use the other device to unmute. Oh, it says it's disabled.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Okay, try it again.
yes, no, Vesna, that's okay. No worries, no worries.
You know what? Put it in the chat if you have some comments.
Okay.
All right.
Are you able to see my screen?
We see your screen, yes.
Okay.
Which club did you say you belong to? Cranston?
No, Plains Toastmasters in Regina.
Okay. Because we do use this kind of image for the district, so that's
Mhm.
that's
I
good.
borrowed it.
Okay, all right. Any feedback from anyone? So the only feedback I would give you is maybe move the name either down a little bit because it's part of the quotation mark. And this is just us nitpicking here. So okay.
Hey, that looks like the design I came up with for the district.
Yeah. That's why
Somebody
I said
copied my design. I like
there
it.
you go, Molly.
It was that
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
mine.
So are you using the same template all the time?
For this, I'm doing like a 5-week, I guess every week I'm gonna post speaking tips from a member, and I just changed the coloring on it,
Okay.
but it's essentially
So
the
you wanna
same format.
try just duplicate this page, and so you have the little plus on top there, the one okay.
Whoop. Oh, right here, this one.
The one in the middle.
Oh, okay, hang on. Let's try this again.
Delete that one and duplicate so that the one, yeah.
This one. Okay.
Okay, now go to your brand and let's see what you have. If you don't have the brand, okay, so you got it. So if you join a team, let's say if you join my team or the district team, you already have that brand set up for you. But if you're creating your own from scratch, then you use the steps that I showed you. So you can use just the shuffle. And now I don't know if that red looks like it could be.
No.
So if you click on the red bottom, can you click? Yeah, so it comes up with, and that's what we noticed. Me and Marcy were doing something yesterday, and she goes, I'm using the brand shuffle, and it comes up with different shades of colors. So it has different shades of blue, and so I don't know why it's doing that, but you can always go in and so select an image or whatever part of the like quotation mark, and you can do it individually.
Okay.
Okay, so if you click on the quotation mark, one of them.
Like on here?
Yeah. Oh, that's part of the image. Okay, so you can see the
Yeah.
colors up there. The one that's the last one, that's the light one. That's not a proper
No.
brand color. So you can change that. So if you click on the circle above, see the little 4 circles with colors?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So the last one. You can change that to maybe yellow or blue or something, and so you're gonna change it on the left on the brand kit.
Okay. So how do I do that?
So just click on the yellow color.
This one here?
Yeah, sure.
Ah,
Okay. So you can change it individually, or you can just do the shuffle the quick way. But if you get some colors that don't look Toastmaster brand, you just go individually and change them.
okay. Great.
All right. That's good. Anybody else? Bev, did you have something? When I usually do the training, I offer my tutorial or mentoring, I guess, to anybody who needs some help. So if you do need some help, let's say you don't have social media for your club and you want to create it, I help some clubs start with, let's say, Facebook or LinkedIn, depending on where you post, what's your crowd that you want to attract. So let's say your club is corporate, you want to maybe focus on LinkedIn because that's where business people are. If you want to attract younger generation, then maybe Instagram or something like that. So there's always different ways that you can. Okay, so
we're almost done though, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, okay, again, nitpicking here. I know your health safety Toastmasters is lined up with the logo, but you have a lot of empty space underneath.
I know, I don't like it.
So you can always make it bigger. So put the Toastmaster on a second line and make the font, the size bigger.
This is just the poster I just grabbed off of Facebook. So I'm not in Canva right now.
Suggestion there.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. That's okay. I won't take up any more time. I play with things so often and change them until they're pretty well back to the beginning again.
Okay. How are we doing for time? 10 o'clock? All right. Well, if there's no more questions, I hope I helped you with at least something. And my email, I can put it in the chat if you want, and email me anytime with questions. There you go. Attend the training. That's where you can learn if you're taking the roles and different roles. Attend your training. You always learn something new, even if you can attend more than one session. If you have different people facilitating, you always learn something different. You're welcome, guys. It's my pleasure. Ola, over to you, girl.